This GMS Wisconsin. We'd like to give praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone. Salutations to the brothers pushing this truth all over the world. We got a video called "Black Church is Dead. Guess who killed it? Exposed." So basically, these black churches is based on feminism, and we're gonna play a few videos and prove how the church turned our people into feminists.
Okay.
That's a serious question that the black community fails to address. And like I said, 90% the reason why they're unwanted is self-inflicted. Now, when you deal with the black church, which also, you know, it's just so interesting that you put a black church in there, because she's a co-conspirator of the death of the black church. Now, you know, the black church is in a horrible condition because you have bad leadership, you have guys who haven't been called, you have guys who are only interested in robbing and making money or sleeping with women, and in some cases sleeping with men. And then when you bring the black woman and throw her into that mix, she becomes a co-conspirator. She's an enabler. Because of her inactions or actions, she has allowed black pastors to get away with some of the filth that they get away with. And then when you go and deal with black leadership, I mean, that's actually a moron, because it doesn't exist. I mean, it's a shame that when you talk to the average person who's well-educated or well-read and you ask them who their favorite black leaders are, they got to go to people that have been dead 30, 40 years. Because on the political scene, educational scene, social scene, there is absolutely nobody. Nothing. Louis Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, there is no difference between them guys. They're all one and the same. They're cut from the same cloth. They've been pimping black people for the last 30 years, and I'm wondering when black people will open their eyes to see it.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I wanted you to touch on those three things briefly because I know we're going to have some questions. And I know Ms. Joe's going to jump in. And Ms. Joe, do you have anything real quick? And before you answer, let me say, for those out there listening, if you have a question or comment for Dr. Carroll and you just want to chime in, by all means, you can call in. The number is 646, the area code, 716-5513. Just follow the prompts there, and we'll take your question or your comment. Ms. Joe, what do you think?
Okay, Jay, my only comment that I have at this time, as far as a co-conspirator, Mr. Carroll, I would like to say for there to be the word co in there, that would mean that it would take two. So my question to you is, how can the brunt of the blame be placed on the black woman if it definitely takes two in order for there to be any downfall of the church, as you so eloquently put it? If there is any cheating or anything of that nature going on, how does the brunt of it fall on the black woman if it takes both her and the black man?
Well, I mean, I think that anybody that has an understanding of the black church would have to agree that 75% of the membership is female. So when you look at the black church stays afloat off of the money donated to it by black women. And if black women would close their pocketbooks and close their legs, a lot of immorality, a lot of sexual immorality and sin that you see taking place in the church wouldn't exist. So now it's not that hard to figure out when you think about it, and you look at, like I said, 75% of the membership is female, but they only account for some 3% of the leadership, and they're okay with that. So when they allow these types of things to go on by not taking a stand, by not questioning these brothers, by not demanding accountability from these brothers, she becomes a co-conspirator. She can't sit back and criticize this brother now because, after all, she knows he was married. Hell, she sees his wife every Sunday.
I stopped it. Oh, Satan is playing in.
So how does she wind up in the bed with this guy when she sees his kids running throughout the church and talk to his wife every Sunday? No, she is a co-conspirator. She must brunt equal blame, just like that worthless pastor.
You know, when you, this is me again, when you talk about black women in that vein in the church, you know, and let me ask you, are you a Christian?
I'm a Christian. In the sense of a believer of that Bible and follow Christ and all the tenets that go along with quote unquote institutionalized Christianity, no. There is no possible way that I can adhere to a religion that has meant death and destruction for our people. And we can't deny that.
Okay, in turn, are you a believer in God?
Yes, I believe that there's something out there bigger than me.
Okay. Well, you know, the tenets of Christianity and those that believe in God, one of the tenets being forgiveness and the opportunity to turn yourself around. So, painting such a dismal picture of black women, do you believe that they can turn themselves around? Do you believe that professed or so-called Christians or Christian folks can turn themselves around and become productive, God-fearing, community-involved, proper folk, or is it just something that's done away with, and there's nothing that's going to help them, and that's just their lot?
Well, I mean, I think that when you look at black women, I mean, I think the horse is out the gate, and no pun intended. It's pretty much done. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. It's over. I mean, most of these sisters are intoxicated off of materialism. They're intoxicated off of position. They're not politically astute. You can't hold a serious conversation with them.
What do you think of this?
Well, for one, I think it's impossible to look at anything from a one-sided view, because if you say co-conspirator, if you just said that the black woman was a conspirator, then that would say, okay, well, this is where I firmly stand. But to say co-conspirator, I'll go back to that and say it definitely takes two. No, I won't condone under any circumstances someone stepping outside of the boundaries of their marriage, a pastor stepping across the borderlines of just pastoring the church to now kind of trying to lure women in and using his pastoral powers, I guess, to basically apprehend a woman. At the same time, I don't think that there's a way to say, okay, it's just her fault or she's the brunt of it. Now, as far as saying she's the women hold 75% of the church, I would like to know where those statistics come from. I know we've talked about it many times. When you think about statistics and their viewpoint, you have to first consider where those numbers come from. Is this a number that's made up? Is there a resource where you can find these numbers? Yes, we know for many years women have outnumbered men in the church, right, but it definitely depends on the church. For one, it's not saying all churches. I don't know about 75%. And I also can't say that her money that she's using to tie to the church has anything to do with whether or not she has any dealings with the pastor or anyone else in the church who is inside the grounds of a marriage. So I feel like his ground points are definitely shaky at this time.
Dr. Carroll, we do have you back on the air.
So as you can see, starting off, that the black woman that's on there trying to defend her sisters, she don't want to fess up to the facts. But as you see, as this rolling, the facts coming up, they self right on the screen. So, but we got a little bit more, but we're going to cut into some scriptures first. Yeah. Commentating Leviticus 19:29. Because their ass says, we can open up them blinds a little bit. I said, I got it close enough. Huh? These motherfuckers crazy. Yeah, the black woman is being exposed. The whole church is being exposed. That she make up majority of it. And she the one that created that wickedness and prep up and keep it going. I'm sorry, cuz. Her attendance alone is helping the church with its wickedness.
This is Leviticus 19:29. It said, "Do not prostitute thy daughter, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom."
Right, and so that's why they go to them churches and call themselves being baptized, but they still in that gospel and they still in there looking for a man. They still in there passing the pussy out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and through the weekend, and still go to church on Sunday.
And still go to the motherfucking club.
Yeah.
Every Saturday. Then after that, they get more demons put on their ass the next day. And the land become full of wickedness.
Right, and the land has, and that's why the churches has became full of wickedness, because they prostituting themselves. And there's numerous of cases of pastors killing men because they didn't slept with the woman, and breaking up of the homes and so forth. And the list go on and on. I got Amos 7:17. Yeah, I just got 3 scriptures.
Alright, this is Amos chapter 7, verse 17. "Therefore saith the Most High, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city."
See that? And this is being prophesied that this was going to happen. And since we came over here to America, and we are the children of Israel, and that's the tribe of Judah, the top tribe, no matter whether they went to these institutions or how it was set up, women was going to be whores in the city. So it doesn't matter. That's why in every major city, they got what? A church on every corner.
Yep. "And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword."
And even though we got a church in every community, on every other block in the ghetto, and all in where our metropolitan cities are, they getting killed out there.
"And thy land shall be divided by line."
And our land, which is Israel, not Africa, has been divided through the Palestine Mandate and the Balfour Declaration. And you got the Zionists, the Palestinians, and Hezbollah on our land today.
"And thou shalt die in a polluted land."
And that's why we being killed right here in America. So I don't care how many times y'all go to church or what's church about, you was going to die here and fulfill that prophecy. And show have we fulfilled it.
"And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land."
See that? And we came here in America on cargo slave ship. 2 Timothy's, unless you got something. You got something?
I was going to go to 2 Timothy 5.
Okay, go ahead. Because I got 2 Timothy 3. Yeah, that's what I said. Wherever the Spirit leads you, just take it right on there. Because we pulled this video just to show you, because he had good viewpoints. And we had to commentate on the video itself and put scriptures to it. That's what we actually doing. And then we're going to show you why the black man is not with this, which we got an article come behind this.
This is 1 Timothy 5, and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 13. It said, wherewithal they learn to be idle, wandering from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not.
Right. And this is the spirit of the African American woman, the Judite woman. So this is where she get these attributes and these traits from, which is a curse right out of the scriptures that was prophesied that our people was going to be doing and conducting themselves in these manners. And whether they go to church or not, they all conduct themselves in these manners. What else they going to be doing?
I would therefore, Slakia, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies.
Right, meaning gospel. That's the ancient way of saying gospel.
Speaking things which they ought not.
Right, and that's what they doing. Speaking about rap, selling drugs, who did what to who having sex with who got the biggest car in church, and just all kind of business. I mean, their imagination is their imagination. Anything you can think of, they done already spoken.
You're talking about their baby daddies being in jail and out of jail and paying child support. You know what I'm saying? Shit they ought to be not to be saying about other motherfuckers' business, man. Other personal lives. And that's the shit you church motherfuckers do, man. I would therefore that the younger women marry, what y'all not doing. And most of y'all hoes, and then you seen the video where a girl had 11 kids. Come on, man.
That 11 kids is a show of they hoarding.
Yep. I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some are already turned aside after Satan.
And who is Satan? The so-called white man in American philosophy, the American dream. And that's why I'm an independent woman. I can do bad by myself. And that white woman they had up there throwing up the pyramid at the beginning of this video, that was Gloria, who actually started the feminist movement, which brought you black women and pulled y'all away from y'all men.
Oh, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach. Like you prophetess ass women, y'all be trying to teach the congregation, like that one video I seen with the women teaching with her cleavage out and shit.
Yeah, with her titties showing.
Yep.
And
yeah, man, wicked, man. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence, which you women is not doing. And plus, y'all think y'all know the scriptures, which y'all don't. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. That's the order of things, man. From the Most High, y'all about Shem Shai. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Oh, that's why we over y'all.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
That's y'all job. That's y'all duty. They don't want to do that.
If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, which y'all not doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all busy being proud. Y'all got the liberation of spirit. You know what I'm saying? That women liberation bullshit. You know, so y'all don't care about nothing but yourself.
I ain't paying it out for that yet.
That's it.
Okay, 2 Timothy 3:1-7. We're going to show you how you're supposed to be. Now, we know what y'all on out here, but we're going to give y'all scripture that they don't read in church.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Say, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
And that's what's actually coming. So you women that are at ease, y'all in trouble.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
And that's happening right now.
Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
And these the men that y'all actually, you church women and you women in the world are being exposed to. That's why you got 11 kids.
Yep. And different baby daddies. And all on child support.
Yeah. You want to hook up with the hood thug nigga. A nigga on the rims.
Yep. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Right. They hate the man they hate the prophets.
Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High.
That's why you got 11 kids.
Having form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
And that's what y'all women and you men are. Y'all got a form of godliness, but for such y'all turn away from Yahweh Shah and go to Caesar Bonjour.
For of this sort, and they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women.
And that's y'all, you women in the church. So that's why you got all these atrocities. That's why you got all these baby fathers. That's why you got all these good for nothing ass niggas. And that's why you always seem to hook up with them.
Laden with sin.
Right. And you women are laden with sin. Y'all idolatrous. Y'all go to these churches and y'all worship that white Caesar Bonjour, which is an actual white man that really lives on the earth. That's not the real Yahweh Shah. And y'all don't want to know Yahweh Shah.
And that's why the Lord killing your kids.
Taking their ass out.
Taking their ass out. When they send a man in the Lord at you, the real man in the Lord, and trying to teach you your nationality and teach you how to where to live in this motherfucking forsaken ass world. Y'all want to take it and throw it away, man.
Right, and scoff and mock and then act like they teachers. And then you can't figure out why you going man after man after man, problem after problem, economic after economic problem.
You look like somebody I know. Ever learning. No, let me read it again. It say, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive city women.
That's y'all.
Laden with sins.
And y'all laden with sin. Y'all idolaters, all that shit. Y'all eat pork.
Oh, yeah, y'all eat plenty of swine.
Y'all assert authority over man all day.
Yep. Let away with divers lusts. Ever learning, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
There you go. That's why you try to show them their nationality out the Bible. They reject it. You try to show them how the ancient women in the past should be and what the Bible tell you it should be. They reject it.
Yeah, like this one chick I was dealing with. She got like what 4 or 5 kids. One died because I gave her the truth. You know what I'm saying? So if we bring you the truth, if you were a blessing or a curse, it's 2 things, one or the other. So the bitch got a curse. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was her kid dropped dead. And I gave her the truth, gave her nationality and everything, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, wake her up. But she didn't want to accept it. She was a church-going woman like these motherfuckers. Then after her kid died, she started going into the world, playing worldly-ass music, playing hip-hop music, dancing and shit, inviting all kind of niggas in the house. That's what happened when you don't want to know your nationality, don't want to know your heritage, man.
You just love Jesus.
Just love Jesus all the time. But Jesus ain't working out for you, man. He ain't got motherfuckers living with
you. Yeah, that's it on there.
Huh.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into the second fold of this video, so the brother can answer that sister question, and then we'll go into the document and we'll do some more commentating after this part. This only 4 minutes.
Would you like to respond to
Yeah, I think anybody. Ray Charles could see that the black church is overly populated with black females. I don't think it takes a college degree to look at that and figure that out. Black men are not there. Now, if you want to dispute 75%, that's fine. You could dispute 75%. But at the end of the day, what you're going to have to come to terms with is that the black church is dominantly and overwhelmingly fulfilled with black women. And nobody can dispute that. Now, when you talk about the reason and how the church stays afloat, it stays afloat off of the money that he gives. And this is just not, you can go across the board. You can go south, east, and west. In any denomination, you're going to have an majority of the members in that church are going to be females. Black men are not in the church. And there's a reason why they're not. And I imagine we'll get to that later. But I mean, if you want to dispute whether or not this woman is a co-conspirator, it's real simple. It's not that hard. Here's how you know she's a co-conspirator. The black church is dead. Now, that may come as a shock to some people. That may surprise some people. But the black church is dead. Socially, she's dead. Morally, she's dead. Spiritually, she is dead. And the reason why she's dead is not because I say she's dead. Because the people that she's supposed to be caring to are spiritually, morally, and socially dead. So it's not me that's calling them that. It's the condition of the people that call them dead. So, and nobody can deny that. Look at black folk. Are you serious? In any black community, you have over 150, maybe even more, churches stand on each corner, a cheap crackhead. And then look at the conditions in those communities. You can blindfold yourself and walk down the street. You're gonna bump into a black church. But look at the community. So if the church is dead, the question obviously has to become, who killed it? And we know who killed it. First of all, men who weren't called to preach set themselves up as hirelings and pastors, and that has been enabled by black women. So therefore, at that point, when she enables this guy to pull the chicanery and the trickery and the skullduggery that he pulled, she is an enabler, she is a co-conspirator, and the blame falls right on her just like it falls on him.
When you say the church being dead, when you talk about something dead, at one time it meant it was alive. So there was a point in which I'm assuming that the church, quote unquote, was alive. Tell me what that point was. Tell me at what point did that stop? You can give me a timeline. You can give me what was going on at that particular moment in time or in that particular dispensation. But explain to me in your words, where do you think it went wrong?
Well, I think that anytime the church, obviously, when you look at our ancestors and you look at what they had to endure, slavery, you look at Jim Crow, legalized segregation, Reconstruction, the black church was the focal point of those black communities. The black church was there actively involved. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
They indoctrinated us. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, the black church was actively involved. The black church was involved in those communities. And this is the reason why when the Ku Klux Klan wanted to attack the black community, they burnt the black church. Now, did they burn it because they wanted to roast marshmallows? Of course not. They burnt the black church because that black church stood as a circle to the very heart and life vein of that community. Education came out the black church. Business out the black church. You could go to the black church, it healed people. It wiped the tears from our eyes. It was some of the bitterest times in this nation's history. So when the Ku Klux Klan wanted to get at black people, they burnt that black church because that black church stood as a beacon of light and represented that black community. Now, today, the Ku Klux Klan would be asking y'all to build black churches because this modern-day black church serves as a beacon, a monument of spiritual and religious failure. And if you want to start at look at a starting point of when the decline of this institution took place, when black folks climbed into the bed with white liberals.
There you go.
Right around the 60s. When white liberals began to have influence in the black community, because think about it, historically the black community has always been a conservative community. Historically, we've always been conservative. But then all of a sudden something changed. And when the 60s came along with this love generation, and you can do what you want to do, and don't condemn him because he's gay, he was born that way. This political correctness, and for the life of me, I can't understand how a church can preach the gospel and be politically correct. They're diametrically opposed. And when you had that take place, you had the beginning of the end for this black church. Because now you have guys who stand up in the pulpit and tell that church, listen, I have a baby outside my wedlock, outside my marriage. And then you have people sitting in the pews saying, oh, that's okay, Pastor.
Homosexuality.
Everybody's sin. That's all right. So now he has babies all throughout the congregation, all throughout the city, because he's just a man. Let's not condemn him. Let's not hold him to a standard because he said God had called him to preach. Now, you remember, you got that Bible. Y'all study y'all's Bible. What happened to the priest when he went behind the Holy of Holies and he wasn't fit? What happened to him? Why did they wrap that rope around him and wrap that veil on that priest? And when he went behind that veil to offer up sacrifices for the sins of the nation, and he wasn't fit, what did God do to that guy? He struck him down, and they caught him out from behind that veil because you know what? He wasn't fit. And the pulpit is an archetype for going behind that veil. And if God was striking these guys down today for not being fit standing in these pulpits, there wouldn't be a pastor nowhere preaching in these pulpits.
Con, brother.
Dr. Carroll, I seem to be getting things off of the chat room and off my ends here.
That's it. We could pause it.
Ms. Joe, go ahead, please, follow me.
Well, I mean...
Right, so as you can see, she can't come back from that, cuz. Ain't nothing to say after that one.
Con.
Now, you can start wherever you want to.
All right, Con.
Damn, let me see that paper. I'm sorry, cuz.
Oh,
yeah. You get it?
Yeah, the church is dead, man. It's over with, man, with these churches, man. Because for those that go to church, man, Lord will fuck you up, man. And then on top of that, man, how about Shema Shai's on his way back, too?
Yep, and he exposing everything.
He's exposing everything, and his spirit all over this motherfucker. Everywhere. Death angels everywhere. So I suggest, man, whoever hear this word, man, you better get right, man. Because we out here for the elect anyway. I'm gonna put the script.
No, go ahead.
Real quick. It say Ezekiel 16:24. It say that thou hast also built unto thee an intimate place, and has made thee a high place in every street. What's them high places every street? Different churches on every corner. Liquor stores. You have drug addicts walking up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? You have funeral homes and shit. thou hast built, and on top of that, it's in every Czech neighborhood in different cities. It say, thou hast built thy high place at every head of thy way, and has made thy beauty to be abhorred, and has opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whore.
See that? Meaning you got all nations in them churches, and you accept all political righteousness, like the brother reading right out the scriptures that y'all was gonna do that, and y'all wonder why the woman on that pop locking in church, why dude commit homosexuality with some of the choir boys, and he right back forgiven. The scriptures actually prophesy on y'all wickedness that y'all actually fulfilling and doing today in these churches.
Let me see what Matthew 6 and 4 talking about. There's a precept with that too. I'm gonna go to Acts 7:48. It say, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right, so God ain't in them churches that y'all claim he in.
As said the prophet.
Right, and that's who we proclaim that we are.
Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Most High, or what is the place of my breast?
Right, and it ain't them churches, so stop saying the Lord dwell there.
Have not my hands made all these things? Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart.
Right, because y'all gonna go to the motherfuckers anyways.
You do always resist the Holy Spirit.
Right, which is the spirit of truth that we uttering out today on why y'all committing the acts that y'all commit in 2016.
As your fathers did, so do ye.
Exactly, and that's why the brother at the end of the video starts saying what? The Ku Klux Klan wants y'all to build more churches because that's the intimate domain of the death and destruction of our people. Mm-hmm. He called that right out. Yep. I got another one. You got another one?
No.
Jeremiah 7 and 3. 3 and 4. These motherfuckers crazy. And the brother hit that right on the point. That's why we use the video to show that y'all are done. And we're calling out to y'all to turn away from them places.
You said Jeremiah 3 and 7?
Yeah, 7 and 3.
7 and 3? I come to say Jeremiah 7 and 3 and say, thus saith the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Yeah, man, y'all got to get out of that place. No, it's 7, 3 and 4.
Okay.
Because he's telling them to amend their ways.
Trust ye not in lying words. Man, I was looking for the scriptures. That was the spirit too. Trust ye not in lying words. And we just bring this out all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these.
And that's them goddamn churches. And y'all lying like a motherfucker. And we know y'all.